Racist cop stops family, not knowing who's in the back seat. Sometimes, the most dangerous thing for a black family in America isn't the road ahead. It's the flashing lights behind them. Tonight, we bring you the story of one traffic stop, where racism, fear, and power collided, and where the secret waiting in the back seat changed everything. The Johnson family was like any other, a Saturday evening road trip, heading home from a family gathering. Marcus, the father, at the wheel, his wife, LaToya, in the passenger seat. Their 14-year-old son, Jamal, and Marcus's younger brother, David, in the back. Marcus was a cautious driver. He'd taught Jamal the same lesson every black parent eventually teaches their child. Keep your hands visible. Be respectful. Don't give them a reason. But none of that mattered when Officer Reynolds spotted them. He wasn't looking for a traffic violation. He was looking for a target. The flashing lights filled the car. Marcus sighed, pulling over to the side of the road. LaToya whispered under her breath, "Here we go again." Officer Reynolds approached with a swagger, hand on his holster, flashlight cutting across their faces. "Reynolds, license and registration. What are you doing out here this late?" Marcus, steady but nervous, handed over his license. "Just heading home, officer." But Reynolds wasn't listening. He circled the car, shining his light directly into Jamal's face. "You got drugs in here? Weapons?" LaToya clenched her fists, whispering, "Don't say nothing, baby." Then Reynolds noticed David in the back, dressed in a simple hoodie, cap pulled low. Quiet, calm, watching. The officer sneered. "What about him? Why is he hiding his face?" Marcus tried to explain. "That's my brother. We're just going home." But Reynolds had already decided. "Step out of the car. All of you. Now." The family exchanged a glance. They knew this wasn't just a stop. This was a test of survival. On the side of the road, the cold night air bit their skin. Reynolds circled them like a predator. He pressed Marcus with rapid questions. "Where are you coming from? Who you visiting? Why this road?" Marcus answered calmly, but every word seemed to fuel the officer's suspicion. LaToya, standing beside her husband, noticed Reynolds' hand twitching near his gun. Her heart raced. "Please God, don't let him reach for it." Jamal, just a boy, tried to be brave, but his legs shook. He whispered to his uncle, "Why is he doing this?" David stayed silent, watching, measuring. Reynolds demanded to search the vehicle. Marcus hesitated. "Officer, with respect, you don't have cause." That was all it took. Reynolds slammed Marcus against the hood of the car. Jamal screamed. LaToya cried out, "Don't resist me." Reynolds barked. The scene was escalating. The family knew how these stories often ended. They'd seen the names, the hashtags, the protests. But then, Reynolds made a mistake. He shoved Marcus to the ground, and his flashlight beam landed directly on David's face. Recognition flickered in his eyes. He stepped back, confused, angry, because sitting quietly in the back seat was not just Marcus's younger brother. It was David Johnson, a decorated federal attorney who had just won a high-profile case against police misconduct. Reynolds froze. His arrogance faltered. David slowly pulled down his hood, staring directly into the officer's eyes. His voice was calm, controlled, deadly serious. "David, you just assaulted my brother. You just traumatized his child, and you did it all without cause. Do you know who I am?" Reynolds stammered. I don't care who you are." David pulled out his identification, a federal badge glinting under the streetlights. The air shifted. LaToya gasped. Marcus, bruised but standing, stared in disbelief. For the first time that night, the cop's confidence cracked. His hand dropped from his holster. His voice shook. "Sir, I didn't realize." David stepped forward. His words cut like steel. "That's the problem. You never realize. Until it's too late." Silence hung heavy in the air. Reynolds knew his career was unraveling in real time. His racist instincts had led him straight into a trap of his own making. The rest of the night unfolded like a scene from a movie. Backup arrived. Reynolds tried to spin the story, claiming Marcus had been aggressive, that he had feared for his life. But David was no ordinary passenger. He documented everything: dates, times, details. And when he revealed his position as a federal attorney, every other officer suddenly tread lightly. The Johnson family drove home shaken but alive. But for Reynolds, the story was only beginning. Within weeks, Internal Affairs opened an investigation. His history of complaints came to light. Dozens of families stepped forward with eerily similar stories. What he thought was just another night of routine policing became the night that ended his career. This story isn't just about one cop. It's about a system that sees black skin as suspicion, black families as threats, and black lives as expendable. Marcus Johnson could have been another headline. LaToya, another grieving widow. Jamal, another child left without a father. But one thing changed the ending: the truth sitting in the backseat. And while justice came for Officer Reynolds, the Johnson family will never forget the terror of that night, because the reality is chilling. If David hadn't been there, if power hadn't shifted in that moment, this story could have ended like so many others, with blood on the pavement and another name we'd be forced to remember. And that's why this story matters, because racism doesn't need a badge to survive. But when it wears one, the danger is multiplied. And the question we must all ask is this: how many more families will have to suffer before the lights in the rearview mirror mean safety instead of fear? If this story shook you, don't let it fade into silence. Share it, discuss it, and remember, justice begins with awareness. Because the night the Johnson family was pulled over could have been any night, and the cop who stopped them could be anywhere. Stay vigilant, stay aware, and until next time, take care.